That means. No. But I think we could start again. And we had a super nice lunch, and thank you to Ulrich and whoever else participated in cooking the very, very delicious lunch that we had in the room over there. And we're all nourished now. And as I said this morning, if there's anyone new that's here, or please feel free to ask questions as we work, even if it doesn't directly relate to exactly what we're working on at the moment, because the chance may pass by. So please we can just keep it in a flow. Yeah. So and now we have Alicia Gabriela Martínez from Argentina. Yeah, welcome with Alejandro Sung. And I'm very excited because they're going to be performing, and we're going to be working on a piece by George Crumb, who's a really interesting American composer, with text by Walt Whitman, American poet. And so I've asked Alicia actually to sing, the big section of this piece that she wanted to work on with me, and then we're going to focus on different parts of it. So maybe I'll just say, in a way, this piece is about the dark mother of the earth. Is that how we would say? Yeah. So.
whose voice I know.
Good. Bravo, Alejandro. Great. Great. Excellent. Really good. Really good. I love this piano contraption because I remember singing this piece and it was always a nightmare for the pianist because this had not been invented yet in the old days, in the last century. So it's amazing. And bravo for your playing also. So excellent, excellent. So there's some stuff that I really want to work on in the piece. The first thing is the difference between when the music comes over you in an improvisational kind of way, or when you are performing the ritual, okay? And both happen in this piece, but they happen in all music, you know. So I often, like, when I'm performing a piece of music, and all of this is notated. She's not actually improvising anything. Everything is notated. But what I mean is, when I perform all music, I think about, do I allow it to have the feeling that I'm improvising it? You know, do I give the impression that I'm just making it up? Or is it something that I have decided to stand and deliver? You know? And I like to make that decision in music, and sometimes it really works to be in the feeling of improvisation. You know, I'll say like, okay, let's go freestyle, you know, and really have that feeling of being freestyle. So the beginning of this piece is a ritualized improvisation, right? Yes. So I feel that it has to happen to you. You know, he starts strumming his music on the piano, and I think, of course, Alicia, had to learn the notes and so on to be able to sing it. But let it happen to you and come over you at the beginning, so that it doesn't have this modern music planned quality, right? You've learned it so well, You sang all the right notes at all the right times. So now let it happen so that it's, it's that ritual, spiritual experience. Yeah? And then in later moments, you will sing the notated, written material, So here, let's start it again, and I just want to be a little bit picky about a few things before. Mm-hmm. When you have the da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, don't linger on the top note. Let it go by. Uh-huh. You kind of lingering on the top. Okay. Don't. Brrr. And then also, just in the I need to hear them. Yeah? All of those rhythms. Don't gliss through it. All right? All right. So let's go. So let it happen to you. Yeah? Okay, let's do it one more time. And when he plays that bottom chord, that is what spurs you to start singing. So he goes, boom, da, yeah? Yes. It's that chain reaction of events, yeah, that has to happen. So I don't want to see you thinking. And send it out there, yeah? Possibility that the piece ended with the first phrase. Uh-huh. So allow that you went, oh, I'm worried about the mic. Yeah? Da. So let it happen each time. Shock us with it. We don't know what's going to happen next. Also, you don't know. Uh-huh. Yeah? The spirit came over and you sang that note. Yeah? One more time. Yes, and good. Now, so that comes from the gut, right? So let it, if you need, let it be really in the body, yeah? And when I say send it out there, I don't mean you have to go out there. I just mean you don't need to sing it to me. Just sing it to them. But really stay rooted in your space, okay? Let's do that one more time. It was much better, okay? So you see what I mean? That kind of, yeah? Let his chord have more time to die away. This piece has a crazy range. It goes from high D to a low G sharp. So let his chord die away, then come in on because he has, let's pretend there's a fermata there. Yeah, just move this fermata a little bit earlier so that you really have time, and then hold the G sharp so that we can really hear it for a while. Yeah? Good. Let's go from 14. One more time. Yeah, Yeah, could you hold it even longer? I know it's a long one, but really, just take your time on that note. Let it resonate in the body. Let that. It's such a weird note for a high voice to have to sing. So, why is it making me do this? Yeah, the monster. Okay. As quick as you can on those, so that I can really hear the articulation, because they're not notes at the end. He goes, yeah? So it's a raw, yeah? And can I just be really super picky about a couple more things? When you have the it's all crescendo. It needs to end with an exclamation point, like we were talking about this morning, yeah? Yeah? And then da 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 da, also exclamation. And this one, da ba ba ba, explode off of it. Don't linger on the top notes. All of a sudden you become human if you do that. It can't be human. It has to be like a winged bird, like a Lilith or something, yeah? So you need to explode off of this. There's no lingering. You linger on the fermata after. That's where you can take time. You got it?
Yes.
Okay. Same place. It's short. It's off, and I need to hear both notes.
Okay.
Yeah? Short at the top. Just from the last one. Just the last one. Da, ba, 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 ba. Ritual starts. Rite of spring, right? It's the Pina Bausch rite of spring with all the dancers around going, yeah? And so this is ritual. This is planned. Approach, strong, deliver us, chanting. It's as if you're in a room of like hundreds of people. Approach, strong, deliver us. And please you need to pronounce the words approach, strong, deliver us. Just like I was saying to Roxanne, the note before the high note, deliver us. And don't go immediately to the S on it. Deliver us. S, yeah, the vowels. Approach, strong, deliver us. Yeah, you see what I mean?
Yes.
Okay, let's go from the ritual, number 4. Great. Now, I know it's mean, but he put fortissimo on this low note, on the low notes. It's all fortissimo. So this is not the kind of thing that you want to do first on the recital and then sing Mozart, right? Not going to happen. This is like an end of a program, right? But it's got to have a little more Ethel Merman, like a real chest voice in the low register. Okay. Yeah? Yes. Animale.
Sì.
Okay. One more time.
when it is so, when thou hast taken
Good, good. Okay, so let's work on this. So this happens to you now. When it is so, when thou hast taken them, let it. Don't allow it to go into the little sausages. Yeah, long line, long line. When it is so, when it is so. It's like a ribbon across the sternum. Yeah, when it is so, when thou hast taken them, not taken them, taken them. Yeah, you hear the vowel? When thou hast taken them. Okay, and maybe you can be a little bit softer at 16. So come down quicker before 16, and then keep it super soft. And you're mezzo piano, so it's a bit more sound than you were giving, okay? No, 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 no. Like stretching, stretching sugar, melted sugar, yeah? Okay, let's try. So just one before 16. So it's like here, okay? Yeah, good.
when it is so,
Be more on the sound, not here, but on the sound. When it is so, yeah? When it is so, I hear, when it is so, when, in, hips down, yeah? Okay.
when it is so, when thou hast taken them, I joyously, joyously sing the dead.
Good. So when it is so, when thou hast taken them, I joyously, joyously sing the dead. So here we have super, super legato. And then I joyously, we got to get this bounce in it because he gives you accents and triplets, yeah? I joyously, and then you can go back and, he basically paints the word, yeah? Yeah? Shall we try it one more time? Same place?
When it is so, when thou hast taken them, I joyously, joyously sing the dead.
Sing the dead. Sing the dead. Yeah? Appuyez. Tenuto on each of those. Sing the dead. So the articulation, because he's giving you all these different manners of articulation. Yeah? He's giving you, allaitant, like breathy articulation at the beginning, and he gives you accents, and he gives you super legato, and he gives you tenuto, and so we need all of that, and it's all must be in the body. And that's why I don't want you to turn towards me when you do it, because it brings you off your center. I need you to stay on your center. And it's like, sometimes I think, when I'm singing something like this piece, very demanding pieces. In the Westerns, in the Western movies, when they had their guns in the holsters, and then they have a gun, and then they go, and I think about shooting from the hip. I think of the center of my sound at the hip, and I often write in my score, shoot from the hip, because then I think about those Westerns, and I think of anchoring the sound here, because in the breath, when we were talking about the breath this morning, I'm talking about this super low breath, so it's the same thing, and it doesn't need to be anything that anybody actually sees on you. It's your inner feeling of that where is your center of gravity, and it would be also, where's Rodrigo? Yeah, it would also be good for you so that you would avoid anything here, right? If you but for all of us, like just reorganizing centers of gravity depending on the demands of a piece, or if we're being drawn into one area, replanning that to another area. So let's go, please, exactly from the same place with all of that in mind, yeah? This is one, just before when it is so. So one before 16, okay?
When it is so, when thou hast taken them,
Good. Come up a little bit. Your dynamic is great. You start a pianissimo, come up a bit more in your dynamic. You've got a crescendo. And then he says leggero, legatissimo. So the leggero is that you're going to sing all the right notes at the right time. And the legatissimo is that it's like the earlier passage that you had, when it is so. It's like, oh, it's so amazing. Oh, it's like, it's a trip. Okay? So let's go. A legal one, okay. Let's go from 19, please. 19, okay? Great. So come up a bit more in your dynamic and let the sound flow. No holding of it. Lost in the loving, floating ocean of thee. Yeah?
Lost in the loving, floating ocean of thee. Lost in the loving, floating ocean of thee. Lost in the flood of thy bliss, O death.
Yes, and this one's crazy because the first two are like really trippy, you know, you pianissimo, crescendo, floaty. The third one, forte sempre. You can't let back on it at all. Laved in the flood of thy bliss, oh death. Double the D on death, oh death, yeah? Double that D, yeah? So we really hear that. Okay, let's go from the second lost in the loving floating ocean. So 20, please. Okay, you see? 20? Good.
Lost in the loving, floating ocean of thee. Lost in the flood of thy bliss, O death. Wrath from thy livers. When it is so, when thou hast taken them, I joyously sing the dead. Wrath from the lovers.
Yes, good. Many good things, many good things. Since they're taping this, so I'll just say it and then you can incorporate it later, but make sure, because the words can still be intelligible. So when I say double the D on dead, it's almost like, you know, oh, thy bliss, oh death. There's a little stop before it so that you can take the time to get that word out, the important words. The pickups again. Approach, strong deliver us. Approach, always the note before the high note. Yeah, the springboard of that note before the high note. I mean, let's talk about chest voice for a second, because in the singing world, we're not supposed to use chest voice very high. We're supposed to keep, so chest is like ah, and then ah is head voice, and then so on. And so there are certain places where we can mix it. And thinking about percentage of mix, like I said to Roxanne, 10% more chest in this note, and so on and so forth. And in this piece, it's one of those pieces where you can bring chest voice very high, or you can give the idea that you're singing in chest voice. So use a fake chest voice by bringing it quite nasal, yeah? So this is something for you to work on. And the other thing, since I'm speaking about chest voice for singers, what I would say is the chest voice is your capital, right? And you don't want to spend the capital, you want to spend the interest. So what I mean by that is using chest voice is for performance. It's not for rehearsal. So in rehearsal, you sing with your best technique. And in performance, when you have adrenaline, which is one of the best drugs in the world, or can be, then you allow yourself to break a few rules in the performance. Yeah? So I find it, because if we do those bad things without the energy and without the adrenaline and without the excitement, that's when we can cause injury. Yeah? And the other thing, since I'm speaking about this and vocal health, is you know how a baby can cry for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, and then they sleep for like 1 hour, and then they cry again for another 4 hours, and it's like, why doesn't their voice get tired? It's because they're 100% committed to that sound. They are emotionally totally committed to the sound, okay? Everything in them is making that sound. They are, the whole body just goes into it, right? And then, when they're 2 or 3, and they start fake crying, like, Mom, and it's fake, and then they start to lose their voice because they're faking, because it's not a true sound anymore, it's manipulative. So I find this very interesting. I didn't learn it, I didn't make it up. I learned it from a teacher of a teacher of a teacher of a teacher who was a voice specialist, Alfred Wolfson. But what is important to consider is that we must be, not to tire or injure our voices, 100% committed to every sound that we make. Otherwise, we can tire, fatigue, damage the instrument. So we must always be committed to the sound. There is no, let's just do it technically. Yeah? It's always commitment. And in that way, the sound is always supported with everything we have. The emotional, dramatical, technical, intellectual, everything. Yeah? So a piece like this is not a piece to practice if you're tired. It's a piece to practice when you're fully in it. Yeah? And but I mean, I think for the sake of vocal health in general, if you're tired, if your body is too tired to support the sound, if your mind is too tired to perhaps be able to allow you to know which note is next and what the rhythm is next, why not do some silent study? Why not do some visualization? Why not spend your time on translating or harmonic analysis of your music, for example? Yeah? So to not waste your vocal energy and to not risk damaging or fatiguing the instrument when it's not really the right time to practice. There's so many other things that you can do with your time. Yeah? And now, back to work. So, let's go from... No, we don't need to do that one again. Mm-hmm. Let's finish this movement because I want to work on the next section, okay? Mm-hmm. So let us go, please, back to 21. Mm-hmm. 21, yes. Yeah? Yeah. Very good, very good. There's this crazy high D in this. And I'd like to just think about one way that you can maybe approach it, mm-hmm. which might make it even easier for you. First of all, if I have a crazy line like this, so we're going, I isolate the area of the voice that is passagio. And like I said when I was showing the warm-up, passagio is like, for a voice like yours, an octave above middle C, starting like D, E, E natural, F, F sharp, that's your passagio area. So if the voice is an hourglass, the passagio area is where we need to get slender. So if we drive up the same width of sound through the entire register, we'll never be able to reach the top notes. If we go through the magical passage, yeah, if we allow ourselves this kind of eye of the needle area of the sound, which has to do with narrowing of the sound. So it means for me that I literally think of a bugle, for example, when I'm going through that area of sound. That means the note before the ultra high note, which is an E natural, yeah, is in the middle of passagio. If that note is too wide, your D will not, probably won't happen, or certainly won't blossom. If that E natural is narrow, if you have contained it, if it is slender, you can reach the top. Yeah? Do you know what I mean? Do you work on that a bit?
Yes, I work on that, but yes, it would be that not too much sound.
Not too much body.
Yes.
It's not even about the sound, it's about the body of the sound. If the sound is too broad, then blossoming at the top won't be possible. And so that, going through the whole score, you know, and marking every place where, okay, this is how I'm going to approach this note, and this is, I'll draw little shapes in the score. I'll draw the hourglass, or I'll draw a rectangle when I want it to be wider across the sternum, or I'll draw an up and down line when I need it to be really super slender. So all of this technical planning, and so that you're singing actually with the same bel canto technique that you would sing Violetta's aria in Traviata. I mean, same technique for Violetta as for this, yeah? And the other way that is very handy to practice this kind of music is on the bubble, like, because it's the most gentle way of singing on the instrument. It's the most gentle. You can almost never cause any harm if you're doing what I call the bubble. Yeah? So learning and practicing on that, practicing the placement of it, it's a great way to prepare your music without tiring the voice at all. Yeah? Because that D, I know you can do it better. I'm not going to labor it today. But this area is something that you can be much more fine-tuned with. You have it in your register, but you can be even more bel canto with it. And then it's like bel canto gone crazy. Yeah? After that. Okay? Good. Let's go to the second movement.
Yes.
Okay? Now, let's see. Is this section, this is when he's strumming inside the piano, and she's doing the night in silence. Is it improvised, or is it composed? What do you think?
Little bit improvised. I see the things that come in, and
yeah, a little bit improvised.
would you think like that?
Yes. Then, yeah, whatever you want. That's great. So let's hear it in that. Let's have that feeling. Yeah, that it's in a freestyle. Yeah. The night in silence. I really need to hear. The pronunciation of the words is the meaning of everything you sing. Just the act of pronouncing them is the meaning. Yeah? Let's try it again.
Silence.
Good, good start. I want to do it again. It's getting there. It's already different than the previous time. The ah vowel of the word night, like it should be full of wonder. You know what I mean? When you, oh my God, I never realized that ah, and all of a sudden it's no longer the word night. It's just that vowel sound in you with this strumming. You know what I mean? This magical, it's like alchemy. It's transcending the meaning to a level upon a level upon a level. So it's this kind of savoring, like I was savoring the chestnuts in the pasta, the marron that we were eating in the pasta. That kind of, wow. So I'd like even, you see what I mean? It's almost like the word doesn't exist anymore. It's just this river of the ah vowel. Yeah? Magical. Let's try it again. Great. Under many a star. We have no idea what you're going to say. Yes. Spell it out for us. Under many a star. We don't know what it's going to be, so you can't gloss over anything. The second, the night in silence was really good. Okay? Let's go from under many. Yeah? Take your time. Spell it out for us. Yeah? Presenting.
And the many star.
I want to do it one more time. I'm going to be super picky, but there is a fermata here, and I know you think you're taking the fermata, but you're not. While you're singing star, I can feel you're already thinking about the next phrase. Put your attention where your attention needs to be. Under many a star, finish, drop. Oh, take your time. Yeah? Otherwise, it becomes cerebral. It doesn't need to be. Yeah? Under many a star. One more time.
The many star.
Getting better. I loved how you really took your time before the ocean shore. That's really good. You see? And it feels like forever, but it's not. It's just right. The ocean shore, the O of the word shore, the ocean shore. And then the ocean shore. The change from the C sharp to the D sharp. Oh, it's like, whoa, what a trip, you know? And so really to allow yourself to stretch that. Don't show me a whole tone. Show me a world. Stretch it, make it legato, almost glissando, something. But like that you were on the C sharp and you had to go to the D sharp because, you know, you take off. Yeah? Okay, let's try it from the ocean shore the first time. Isn't that a G? Yeah. The ocean shore. The first time you sing.
Okay. Yes.
Here.
Yes.
Yeah.
The ocean shore. The ocean shore. And the husky whispering wave, whose voice I know.
Again. Whose
Ah, yeah.
voice I know. Finish. Yeah. And the husky whispering wave. And the husky whispering. Yeah.
On the husky whispering wave, whose voice I know. And the soul.
And the soul. You can't. And the soul. Those three words, they have to be super, super important. Not and the soul. And the soul. It's the last thing you say. Yeah? Right from there?
And the soul. And the soul. Turn into the vast, vast and well-veiled death.
Good. Two things. Veiled death. Double the D on death again. Oh, vast. V of vast has to be on the pitch. Turning to the vast. Yeah, on the pitch. Yeah, really? Let's go from turning to the. Can you give her a B natural? Yeah, yeah.
Turn into the vast, vast and well-veiled death.
Good. And now can you sing, once you get the word vast, vast means huge, yeah? So that's where you really can go for that sound. No holding in, no cerebral, yeah? Turning to the.
Turn into the vast, vast and well-veiled death.
And the body. Even when it's soft, the consonants are never soft. You can be super. And the body. so the z, all of these can splash, and underneath the pianissimo can be there. Yeah? Okay?
And the body gratefully nestling close to thee.
Good, 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 good. And this, yeah, nestling close to the, good. And then you just repeat this 3 or 4 times to the end. Make sure the of the is on the pitch,
Yes.
and that you give me a true E vowel. Nestling close to thee, thee. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a voice. Right. You don't have to do it that long, but that's that we place. You know, when we decide to place notes, consonants on the pitch or below the pitch or on the previous pitch, all those decisions have to be super clearly made. So, in every piece that we sing, yeah. Bravissima, thank you so much. Thank you, Alejandro. Excellent, excellent. Yes.